super
Yo!
on that.
Yes, dude. When he started pulling out the rocket suit and throwing the Pamir balls, man, it
Dude, when
was
he took
sick.
off the no, it's when he took off the sleeves and had
Oh,
the
true!
insane asylum writings all over his arm.
Bro, okay, I heard some people talking. They're like, it's not real notes. I saw his recap later. He's like, no, that was actually legit matchup knowledge, man. I was using that the whole time. It's like,
Some
what a
of it
goat.
was not correct. I'm gonna tell you that much.
I think it said Darkrai speed 169. He's like, and Bill was like, that's just not it, actually.
So, some of it was not true. Some of it was factually wrong.
Hey, man, it got him into grand somehow, so I don't know how he did it. I'm not going to question it. I mean, maybe it was like how the beginner starts inside of the Chet sport and they make their way past the Grandmaster. I'm not sure, but we're going to find out who exactly is going to be the master of this set. We've got Fhantum versus Marvale. It's going to be Palutena versus the Steve. Let's get into it again. Let's go.
15 set record, 15 sets in Marvale's favor, but the most recent one going to Fhantum, so who knows? Maybe they went ahead and figured out a little something to beat out Marvale. We'll have to see here. So far, the Palu, of course, gets them whipped out, and probably not going to see any DK, probably going to be all Steve on the case of Fhantum, but we'll have to wait and see if she goes ahead and pulls any other characters out.
We'll go ahead and see here. We're looking at the most recent set situations they have going on here. They did really well at Supernova, it looks like, and recently, since they picked up the Steve, they've got second place recently at Rise and Shine, third at Shock. They've been doing super well with the best character in the game. It makes sense why they want to switch to it here. But as we're saying that, the Palutena wants us to talk about them, as they're going to take that first stock with a pretty great back throw ledge.
Ooh, Anvil popping up and going to go ahead and get that back air. I love that. Just getting the call out of the aggression. Right now, very little Matt's just going to go ahead and take that moment of mine, and that allowed for Marvale to come right on and swing. And Fhantum, block the ledge. Can you break on through? No, the Nair. That Nair to Bear going to go ahead and do with that blender. Just a nice, good, tried and true combo tool and call out option.
Tried and true indeed. Trying to get out of the ledge right there. Situation with the dash tag. Putting them back off yet again. Marvale relentless here on the left side of the stage. Honestly, hopping past the up tilt there too, creating great space for themselves and sending Steve off with no Matt. Steve is honestly a lot more helpless in these disadvantageous situations. Really like what Marvale is doing here. Just constantly keeping up that situation, and the foot still, but no iron means that Marvale is able to get an up tilt off of Steve's Trump right there. That was crazy.
Love to see it right there, but Fhantum finally firing back. Now at this point, we get the jab train. No, Marvale getting right on out. Fhantum just having a little bit of unsurety. Now we go ahead, get it. 40%. Do we get a kill? No. Phantom reversing it. The blender to Halo.
Ooh.
The nice true combo, but one whiff means that Phantom is in the driver's seat.
100%. I mean, we started talking about Fhantum here. Number 2 seed at the event, but I mean, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing out of Marvale, but now Fhantum does have the diamond online. Can kill at absolutely unholy percents, even for a goddess. We're going to see if that's going to reign true right now. Marvale, though, not letting Fhantum get too many mats, doing their best to disrupt this game plan of Steve.
I love this. The reflect too right there, but dash back F smash. We're going to go ahead, keep on mining here. Phantom needs to make sure they don't get caught without the resources. We saw what happened earlier in Marvale. Swinging that back air, swinging the auto reticle, the Nair. Popping on in. Do we get another? Oh, aggressive on the counter. Going to mean that Phantom gets that fire off with the kill.
Oh, man, and the down smash there, too. So nice text off the blocks of Steve. Marvale knows what's going on, but oh, no. Oh, my goodness. That was almost a crazy Steve combo. We've seen them before, but Marvale now is counting their lucky stars. They're not dead quite yet, but oh man, this is basically an even game now between these players. Oh no, hold on a second. Can Steve capitalize here? And that's the down smash going to take it. The minecart trap into the lava is going to mean that the goddess has fallen from the sky. Steve claims yet another victim right there in this game 1.
Alrighty, really well done there from Phantom. I mean, she went ahead, just locked in. Look at that, the whiff on the counter from Marvale allowed for that quick back air. and you go ahead, lock him on ledge, catch him lacking with the cart, and that was gonna be it. Now, game number 2. How we feeling, Stu?
I'm feeling like if I'm Marvale, I'm kind of iffy about any lead I get in this set now. I did not really see a situation where I thought that Fhantum was going to come back in that one, but they were able to pull the rabbit out of that magic hat and cement the game 1 for themselves. I don't know, but regardless, we'll see if Marvale could capitalize on the lead that they've made so far in this game 2 and not let it slip like game 1.
Alrighty, well, really well done so far from Marvale, just keeping the aggression going. That's the thing, Steve does tend to struggle in disadvantage. That's the one place where you could really abuse them a lot of the time. Right now, Fhantum, they go ahead and get a little combo stirring. Look at that, the back air attempt, not going to be able to find it, but it don't matter now. Marvale looking, fiending for the kill.
I think you had a great point right there that Steve does struggle in disadvantage, and the one thing that Palutena has in this matchup is her movement speed, and she's using it so well to punish the bad options from Steve, especially when he has no mats. Really enjoying that, and these great combos setting up here too. 63%. That looks like a Steve combo, but the shoes on the other foot, and this one, she is going crazy right here in game 2. Oh my gosh.
Marvale just letting it rip. You know what? Some of these Palus, I swear to God, they just go ahead, they feel the foresight, and they let it go. Now 117, we are fully lapped in percent, looking for another stock. This is looking horrid for Fhantum right now. Back throw, gonna go ahead and do it.
Back throw, doing it right there. But I said at the beginning of the game, you asked me how I felt. I feel like no lead is safe when we have Alex on the screen. That's gonna be the stock there for Fhantum. She's already mounted a bit of a comeback here, but Marvale already switched the situation into their favor now here. Oh, I love the ledge traps they've been doing here too. The options have been so quick from Palutena and just punishing the air dodges of Steve here.
Look at those up combos, the nils and all. Fhantum really looking to dish out some damage, and does so with that back air after the anvil.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I don't know if you knew this, but Marvale had a lead in this one. They were actually winning at one point. I know, isn't that crazy? No. Yeah, Steve. At this point, they have a special power apparently that comes out, especially the last stock. That means that your stock is just done. Oh my gosh! She almost sent back to heaven at that point. Marvale. Oh no! I'm feeling so worried for them.
A little heavenly blessing saving them there, but it might not matter right now.
Oh my gosh, no kidding. Doesn't get the 2-frame just yet. Marvale is praying so hard to herself to take this one. We'll see right now if they can make it happen. Steve at disadvantage.
Hold on. This is actually, dude, this is really bad for Fhantum right here. No pickaxe, no resources to recraft the pickaxe. How are you ever going to get that tool back online?
You're so right about that when she tries punishing it with the side B there. And the fair coming out and taking the game. You called out the lack of options. Alex was left with literally nothing. And man, it got close, but Marvale prevailed in the end, taking that game to, that was, that had both of the players right here just breathing so hard about how close that was. Oh my goodness.
That was really well done by Marvale. I mean, right at the end, there were several moments where normally Steve would have been able to get that kill, but with no pickaxe online, and Fhantum without the capability to even go ahead and backtrack and recraft the tool. That's the reason why resource management really can be a huge issue, especially on stages where you use the pickaxe to mine, because that is like your go-to kill option.
You got a good point, and that's why Marvale is just pressuring so much, especially at the beginning here. Steve is just not really adjusting for their game plan to get these mats and win the game. Oh my, hold on a second. What are we going to see? What's the custom combo we're going to see for the Steve here? A TNT? Okay, piling on some good percent.
Yeah, normally you can actually go ahead and position to where you don't hit yourself with that TNT, so a little bit of a whiff there from Fhantum on that. Still, nice good damage. 62-76. Look at this combo, unable to get the follow-up fully through, and that has allowed for Marvale to hold on a bit longer.
Oh my! That was That was some jank right there. She comboed Steve on his own block, saying, "You're not planking on me, brother. Get back up here." And he unfortunately air dodged, or she unfortunately air dodged in that situation. Fhantum now on the back foot yet again, but they've been in this position before. They've clutched it out in game 1. Game 2, Marvale prevailed. Thus far, I'm liking the aggression here still from Marvale, punishing the options of Steve.
Look at that, the drag down, not getting the grab because of the anvil pop-up. Now, dash attack might be the weak hit, but it don't matter. That still allows for some nice, good pressure here. No mats whatsoever. This is the moment that you got to go ahead and keep moving, but no, unable to lock him down means that Fhantum, they're going to go ahead and get that gold pick out.
Get the gold pick out and the stock taken. Now, trying to just wailing on the shield of Palutena, gonna net you some pretty percent. Basically dead even, 61 to 62 now. Alex put themselves in the lead just here. Palutena's falling back onto the stage. Both of them in a pretty even situation, but Alex has not been able to craft the diamond just yet. And like you said before, Palutena tried to punish that, but the stop being taken by Alex is super great for them here.
You know, and Fhantum just opting to hold on to that diamond, saying, you know what, I'm way too late in this stock, and it looks like it might be a good choice to hold on to it for the third and final one. Right now, 133. Look at that down tilt, of course, catch and having the ready on the DI out, but this time not be able to do it. Marvale bringing it to even.
It was even,
dude.
A second ago. Promise. It was.
Welcome to 80.
Yeah, welcome to 80. Hope you enjoy your stay. You won't be here long, I promise. It'll be a bit more on your plate. The 96 and counting here. Oh, follows the teleportation there as well. Marvale now, finally able to find their footing just yet, but a 40% combo is not bad, but it looks a little weak compared to what Alex just did right there.
That, I don't know what you're talking about. Looks pretty strong to me. Speaking of strong, diamond back air, not quite going to kill even from the other side of the stage. That second one's going to do it, though.
I'll take it. And that will be Fhantum taking the second game in a row over Marvale in this situation. Now they're talking about it afterwards, laughing a little bit, enjoying each other's company. I think the conversation was, Steve's pretty strong, right? Yeah, I'd say so. Okay, yeah, good call. But honestly, I really enjoy the fact that not only were they showing off the prowess of their character there, but Fhantum had to have the mental fortitude to not feel down and out in those games where they had crazy deficits. Honestly, able to put together some pretty generational comebacks in this set.
Yeah, Marvale just struggled a couple of times to close out the game, and that's what meant the set. Game number 1 being the big one, but then game 2, a full-on reverse 3-stock as we see the start of it right here, that down smash. Going to go ahead and cover that. And then, of course, we go ahead, we get the coverage with the anvil into the back air, and then just one high teleport. That's going to cost you. You have to be so careful with how you recover from disadvantage against Steve. Otherwise, you just go ahead and drop it. And almost lost that set with the reverse 3-stock. You know Marvale was sweating.
Yeah, 100%. They can feel the beads form on their forehead for sure. I love that they went down there onto the block of Steve right there too. They never knew when to stop, just like Jack we saw earlier in this tournament. But with that being said, Marvale now going to be out of this tournament. Had a great showing, but the second seeded Fhantum showing why exactly they were deemed a threat before the tournament even started. Gonna take this, but I would not doubt that if they were to face again in the future, when they face again in the future, it's gonna continue to be just as close as that set was.
I mean, that's the thing. Their sets have typically gone Marvale's favor. Of course, a 14 set won by Marvale thus far, and this was only the 6th that Fhantum was able to get. So showing that, you know, Fhantum has been able to make some really good adjustments, and I think you can really see a lot of why Fhantum has struggled against Marvale in the past, is because Marvale has had a lot of that really good Steve counterplay, having the recognition that, hey, you're going to go ahead and stall, so I've got you covered there. I'm dropping down with the Nair drag down up till wait for the